And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe about Mongo.
I'm Emily, and today we are joined by our favorite tag team.
Rachel and Jeff, welcome guys.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello. Thanks for having us.
Always, I'm glad to have you back on because today we're talking about a pay-per-view that you two are going to. Wrestledream out of St. Louis this Saturday. You guys must be excited.
Yes.
Yes. Ready to
Yes.
rock. Can't wait.
I know, because last time you guys we went to what? It was Dynasty in 2024?
Yes. So this is just, the little tidbits, but this is the second pay-per-view for AEW in St. Louis. So, yes, Dynasty last year was the first pay-per-view by AEW in St. Louis. So,
And it's the same venue, right? Like, is it how you said the Chavez Center?
yes, the Chavis. Yep.
Chavis. Help if I could pronounce that one.
It's kind of a tough one, but when you see it, it helps because that F and then, yeah. When you see it, actually, it does help. But it's a smaller venue. I want to say, maybe 6,000 ish?
Yeah, probably.
Something like that, 6,500. So
that's still good. It's good because, I mean, Wrestledream, it's the Antonio Inoki pay-per-view is kind of like the tribute to the New Japan. So there's a lot of matches that are going to have like some strong style on here. There's matches that are going to be very hard-hitting. I'm excited for you guys because I think people are kind of underestimating this pay-per-view, but I think it has potential to be sneaky good. So I'm ready to kind of dive into it. I know we have Romero here who's also ready to dive in. 8 a.m. early morning pay-per-view, but at least it's a weekend. At least it's not a Sunday night.
8 a.m.
for him, yeah. So that's true.
Yep. I would say screwdrivers or Bloody Marys would be my choice on that.
Mimosas.
Yep, mimosas.
But I mean, I like that they're kind of doing this before we get started. I like that they're doing the tailgate brawl. I think it's kind of a clever way to split up Collision. I like that they kind of put the first hour Collision on Wednesday. Excuse me. Then the second hour Collision is essentially the tailgate brawl they did back at all. So you guys get 4 pretty good matches to kind of open the show, but it's going to be storyline driven and it's going to be the pre-show means something now. I kind of like it's like a Sunday night heat. So what are your thoughts on that, guys? What are your thoughts on the tailgate brawl format?
I like it. I mean, I think it kind of goes also with the season we're in right now too. You got football and baseball playoffs and basketball's rolling. You got a lot of things starting to go. So
I'm excited to see how it turns out, like what it all entails, and how they're going to do all together and everything. So,
thanks, Charlotte.
No, I'm really excited to see because last time we had like tongs, we had a grill, we had all kinds of crazy weapons. There's no disqualification matches. Well, I should say there's not any no disqualification matches on the pre-show, but we do start off with some teasing of the tag team titles here with Willow and Harley versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. So what do you think, Rachel? Are we going to feel the wrath with Willow or are we going to bow down to the goddesses?
well, I'm going to go with Willow. We're going to feel the wrath. I like her whole persona and everything. So I had picked her because I think she's actually like coming up. So because they can stand to lose, Megan Bayne. And who's the other one? Penelope. So it wouldn't hurt them as much. So, but I'm going with Willow. Well, I don't think so.
She's supposed to be the Megasis. Like that's kind of a pretty BA name to,
Yeah, but it's Willow.
She likes her girl. She likes her
You're entitled to your own. Hey, you're good.
Penelope Ford could get pinned.
And there's Harley Cameron. She's got a little puppet.
Oh, no,
that's
hey,
coming out.
I get
we
it.
all know that's coming out.
I get it.
I like it.
You
What
hear
about you, Jeff? What do you think? Are we going to start off normal with a Jeff and a Rachel?
Oh, yeah, baby. You know it. Hey, I do, of course, love Willow and Harley. I, think they got a lot of things going for them and everything else. Don't get me wrong, but I got Mega Bad as the winners in this.
Ooh.
Of course, he picks the blondes.
No,
And the heels.
Ain't got nothing to do with that, but
Mega Bad. I like that
this
one.
seems too easy to pick the baby faces in. Who doesn't love Willow and Harley? They're on fire right now. And then also, I want to throw this out since we always love to do our tin foils and everything.
Ooh,
Is
here we go.
do we see an FTR appearance on their behalf so that we get some more top gods stuff? And then I see either Harley or Penelope eating the pinfall to protect the stars, so to speak, in this match. I did enjoy Megasys's reaction though the other night on Dynamite, I think it was, when Harley kicked out of one of her,
Oh, the
signature
Heaven's
moves.
Descent.
Yeah, and you can see it. And I loved it that she, really sold it for Harley with her reaction and everything else for kicking out. And I think that's one of the first people that's kind of kicked out of anything really from her.
Mhm.
That's signature or finisher.
Which is good. And it gave Harley, she got a good rub. I was talking to Emily, we were watching that. She had a really good match. She didn't get beaten up right away. She hung in there with Megasys. It took, like Jeff said, 2 finishers. And one thing I want to point out was how safe Megan Bayne is. Because when she was going for the running powerbomb, Harley was starting to slip. And if you notice, Megan kind of stopped and waited till Harley was in position before she went. And I like that because it shows that, like, she's still going to do it, but she's not also going to do it recklessly. And I think that's what you need when you're going to be a top person in the company. So I think she's showing in the ring, like, listen, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to be badass, but I'm going to take care of the other person too. It's not just about me. Yeah, it really won her over a lot more for me. I've got more respect for Megan Bayne. I'm like, that was awesome. Like, she protected Harley there. She didn't just drop her on her fucking head.
That is correct. That is correct.
Brock Lesnar effect, just fucking toss them and
Right.
hope they land right. Oh, he's not even hoping they land right, let's be real.
So do you have, as he said, the Mega Bads, or do you have Willow Wrath?
So on Wikipedia, they are listed as Divine Vanity, but Mega Bad is way more badass.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too.
I like Mega Bad. I don't know why they didn't go with that.
I don't know. But who do you think's going to win?
I did pick Divine Vanity, but it's funny you mentioned the top gods coming in because I have a different list from Wikipedia that I started writing down, and it listed FTR and Jet Speed first, and that's part of my thing was like, does this transition into the women's match?
Kind of like how they've been transitioning recently
They
with
have
matches.
done a beautiful job with these transitions between storylines on television. They're telling us this is a storyline right to our damn faces. Like, it is perfection. Every time they open the show, they're closing the show with the same group of people, the same story. I've just really enjoyed the elements that they're putting into production lately.
No, I like it. I think it is a nice touch, like you said. Very ECW-esque, where it's like there's a promo, and then all of a sudden they're getting ready, and the match is starting, and then you don't know that another match is starting. I like that aspect.
Well,
You're right. It
lets you overlap a little bit and everything.
You had a question?
You guys are from the area, so what is the weapon of choice?
Oh yeah, she wants to know, like, every town, like, is there a signature something, like maybe a St. Louis, like Louisville Slugger, or is that a different
I
state?
was gonna go with a baseball bat
like
as well.
they could for the Cardinals do a bat or something, and then if not for the Blues, I mean, you could do a hockey stick or something. But I don't know if that would be it because
Rack
I think
of ribs. I'm just kidding.
well, I mean, I think people consider more the hockey thing would be Canadian cities, I guess, more than something like that. But I'm trying to think, weapon wise, I don't really think so.
What's like a famous food that they could put out?
I just said St. Louis ribs.
Ribs?
Well, no, that's Kansas City.
Oh, I thought
They
St.
do
Louis was known for their
This
ribs.
is St. Louis.
No, we got like the St. Louis style pizza and toasted raviolis and
Oh,
different stuff like that.
I clearly don't know anything about St. Louis besides Nelly.
We got those too, yeah. Yeah, arch, stuff like that.
But I think, Rachel, unfortunately, you got to be lone wolf on this one. I love
Holy damn.
Harley Cameron. I love Willow.
That's what I mean.
But like Romero said, this is setting up blood and guts. There's still more to this to be told. I think, we already had Harley showcase. I think Willow eats the pin. I think Megan pins Willow to keep their little feud going, because I almost can see them kind of, I don't want to say being captains, but Willow and Hayter can definitely be Captain 1A, Captain 1B. Like, I can see, you want to talk hockey, I see the alternate. Willow could be like the alternate here. Megan Bayne clearly is going to be leading her team. why not kind of step up to the biggest baddest before you get to hate her? So it's kind of a good way to kind of connect the story. So that's why I think I'm not using that divine name. It's terrible. The mega bads are going to win.
Yeah.
The divine name.
We're going to get that shit over now.
Yeah, get it, got it, good.
Good. Razzle dazzle that shit.
Next up we have, which I noticed they say this is the conglomeration, but apparently everyone was kind of upset when I said, is he in the conglomeration?
No, it says Roddy and the conglomeration, doesn't it?
Nope, it just says conglomeration. That's why I posted. I'm like, It doesn't say Roderick Strong and the conglomeration. It just says conglomeration. But everybody says he's conglomeration adjacent. So I guess the word of the day is adjacent. Versus the Death Riders. However, we all know who Jeff's excited for.
Messiah of the backbreaker.
And he's probably going to say it there.
Oh, no question that is going to be said at least probably 5 times during that match.
Rachel, do you think the Death Riders, like Jesse here, is saying that the Death Riders are going to win, or do you think that the conglomeration is going to win with
Messiah of the backbreaker?
Have they ever won clean?
Death Riders have won clean? Yes.
Okay. I thought they just
Good job,
loved
Jesse.
plastic bags and tools and chaos and...
Yeah,
They've won clean a couple times, especially when Claudio's involved. Claudio is usually the one to win clean more often than not.
Well,
Claudio's like that general. Sorry.
Yes, no, you're fine. I would like to be able to go for Orange Cassidy and them. However, I think that the Death Riders are going to end up getting it. I think everybody in the Death Riders is going to end up winning a belt. Well, not winning a belt, but winning. So I really think they're going to come back and, be the top of AEW.
Foreshadowing for later?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Rachel, how sad are you that he doesn't do the dance anymore?
I don't like it, but I did like it the other night whenever Orange Cassidy did it. I thought that was so adorable. I was like, oh, no, that's cute.
Told you she was going to pop for that. We were watching, I'm like, Rachel's going to do the dance. Yeah, Orange did it.
And then I was like, do the dance. Yeah. So, yes, Death Riders all the way.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. Is Jeff going to go with storyline, or is he going to go with his favorite? Is he going to go with his old reliable?
I'm glad you're saying it on there because, unfortunately, I have to agree with Rachel on this one.
Oh.
I would love for the baby faces to win in this, but I feel that's kind of the same thing. And I think Death Riders, they got Pac back, and then they got DG in there now trying to kind of change his stuff. So I don't feel like they're going away anytime soon. So we're not getting close enough to the end of their reign, whatever you'd like to call that, I guess. Okay. So I feel like they kind of need that. They're going to kind of get that dub over the baby faces.
I like it.
Piss everybody off a little bit too.
Oh yeah, get some good heat.
Exactly, and get that ready for later too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
going with the old Riders.
All right, are you going with your Death Riders, or are you going to be conglomerating?
I'm conglomerating. I think that we have dead. We have we need a little positivity, especially if Willow and Harley aren't gonna win. We're gonna need the conglomeration to conglomerate, and we're gonna need some fun and excitement. And I think that's kind of what these guys always bring. We don't have Big Boom on the pre-show, and I feel like it's been a minute.
Full Gear. He's taking on one of the Don Callis family.
Well, I think that they bring a feel-good moment, and I think that the conglomeration's been a big part of that feel-good moment with them. So I just think having them on the pre-show is smart. It's just enjoyable, and I want to see them take a win because Death Riders, you took my boy, Yuta, and you turned him into this thing, and now you've got Daniel Garcia, and he changed his gear and everything. Everything, he's a winner now. And I wasn't ready for this persona.
Well, looks like you're a lone wolf in this one.
That's fine by me.
I would love the conglomeration. I would love to see Ishii get a win, Orange Cassidy get a win, but we're setting up Blood and Guts, and this is the men's Blood and Guts right here, the Death Riders. They only need one more person on their team. This is the Death Riders preview. Is a conglomeration? We get a mix. Is that the men's team? Because I thought for a while Orange Cassidy has not been to Blood and Guts. He would be fantastic. Imagine him. He's the last one before the bell rings. He just takes his sweet time because he knows the match can't start until he's in the ring.
Yeah.
That's my tinfoil hat, is that you got Roderick Strong, who's been in War Games. You got Kyle O'Reilly, who's a veteran of War Games matches. You have Orange Cassidy, who's never done one. They could find two more people. Like you have a Briscoe. He's in the conglomeration. Then you only need one more. So I think this is the men's conglomeration.
You've
So
got
that's why
John
the Death Riders.
Moxley.
Well, right, but I'm talking about the conglomeration. You need two more. You're getting way ahead of
I
yourself.
thought
on
you
that
just
one.
needed 5 people.
There's 4, yes, but I'm talking about the conglomeration, dear. I'm not talking about the Death Riders.
That is 4 people.
It's 5 on 5. I'm trying to talk about 5. You're You're confusing me. The Death Riders need Moxley to make 5. I'm saying Ishii's not going to be part of this, so we need about 2 people, and that's why I'm thinking maybe a Mark Briscoe, and who knows who the 5th is. Maybe it turns out to be Darby Allin after this match. That could be your 5. Maybe he's a guest conglomerating, because the word of the day is collaboration.
Collaboration.
He's going to take down the Death Riders. So that's one thing. And I agree with Jesse. I think Roddy's taking the pin because there's still that storyline of him not really wanting to conglomerate.
Yep.
And he can be let down. That's why I think they ultimately loses, because it's got to lead to that tension. But I feel like this was Adam Cole's spot. I think Adam Cole was meant to be in the War Games, because think of NXT, all those War Games with Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong. Undisputed Era and War Games was something to see. I had a feeling that's probably what this is going to be, but putting Orange Cassidy in there and potentially 2 other people, it could be fun, especially against the Death Riders, who it's a good way to kind of start blowing the feud off, kind of get the downfall of the Death Riders started with Blood and Guts, make it mean something, because War Games are supposed to mean something.
Yes.
Yep.
So, I like Jesse's thought on who the 5th person would be. Omega. I'd like that.
That is pretty good.
That'd be cool.
Jesse's probably going to be in town with us watching that, so let's hope for that, Jesse. But as we talked about earlier with the FTR gods, FTR versus Jet Speed. So Rachel, does Jet Speed go up and top guys down, or are top guys up and Jet Speed down on this one?
Well, I love Speedball. I think he's awesome. I love Jet Speed. I do. Speedball does all the things. Like, he knows how to wrestle. Like, he is really, really good. However, I think FTR is going to win it. I think this whole thing for the pay-per-view is all about like the bad people winning, because we're like close to Halloween time. So the bad people are going to win everything, take it away. So that's what I think. My little tinfoil.
I like it though. Hey, you know what? Reynolds wrap, spread it all around.
Oh, we use a lot of foil on this program.
We do. Hey, they should sponsor us.
Some people might take that the wrong way, but we don't use it that way. But yeah, so unfortunately, I have to agree with Rachel again. I am going with FTR. That was a tough one for me too, because I see Speedball, and the Jet coming up. It's just I don't know. I think it's going to be a solid match. This is kind of that old school veteran versus new and up and coming, so to speak, even though I know Speedball isn't as much. He's been around for a little bit longer still, but I like that because you kind of get that, like I said, old school versus new school style of tag match. So I'm excited to see how these two work together with an actual pay-per-view atmosphere with that intensity, and the crowd and everything else going. I think Jet Speed's definitely going to have some good spots, but I think just FTR is going to be too much to overcome because they're going to have their veteran moves and like tricks, and then the kind of underhanded tactics of being the heels right now. So I just think they're going to come out on top. But I think Jet Speed will come out looking really solid and strong, because I think FTR will definitely sell for them, and put them over like that. So, and I mean, if we want to get this tag division built up, we got to have tag teams that are credible.
Absolutely.
So, you know, like I said, it would be nice because this can also set up a future feud. There's my little bit of tinfoil is, you know, keep this going maybe for another match or two. Really, that way when Jet Speed beats them and it's really for something, maybe, you know, it means that much more and puts them that much more over the top. So,
I like it.
sorry, that was long-winded.
No, that was perfect. I know you've kind of got the dynamic right now. You've got the heel face. So are you gonna go heel again? Or are you gonna go face and kind of stay with your pattern?
I gotta stick with Jet Speed.
like it.
I think that this is going to highlight the tag division and potentially. Can I break out my tinfoil hat that we've been discussing all week?
Yep.
All right,
Bust
move
it
the
out.
camera so you're in on this.
Well, okay.
All right, so this is something we've both been discussing.
New to me.
The
Just kidding.
trios titles being potentially a mixed title because you have Willow involved in so many of these storylines. She's literally involved with the entire pre-show except for Hook and Eddie. She's involved with so many different matches, and you've got Marina, you've got Beth Phoenix, you've got Beth Copeland, you've got all these people that are
FTR gods.
mixing with the women. You got Megan Bain, like
So what she's saying is almost like instead of a freebird rule, who says that the trios titles are gender locked? That like they're saying like if Jet Speed won it, maybe Willow and Jet Speed win the trios titles. Like that could be a good way to kind of utilize those trios titles with some of the like these mixed trios.
And I would agree 100% with that because trios, there is no gender lock. I mean, if you go back to Mexico or you go back and look at like Lucha Underground, which
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Lucha Underground when we were talking about
they
this.
had
and
no
that's where Tony
problems
pulls the
whatsoever
most
with all that.
inspiration.
Well, I mean,
He
they had
doesn't
some good
pull-
shit.
Yeah, like he pulls inspiration from all of sports and all of wrestling. Tony Khan isn't just like based off of one single thing. So I think that there's so much potential here, and I really want to see that kind of evolve with these matches. Maybe they're the fifth women. Maybe for that
No,
matchup.
they're not going to do put one woman
Blood
in.
and guts.
No, they wouldn't do it. They would do strictly 5 men versus
I'm
5
just
men.
putting it out there.
I just don't see because that
You're
would make
like
any,
instantly, nope.
because it wouldn't make any sense for a war game style. That's why.
Everybody's
Shut
been
up
waiting
and
for
gone.
that all women.
But so are you picking Jet Speed or are you saying FTR?
I already said it, Jet Speed.
Yep,
All
she's
right, so you're
Lone
with
Wolf
Rhonda.
again. I'll take it.
How do you know you're Lone Wolf? I didn't say yet. Because I think I've already gone 2 heels. I can't go heels the whole pre-show. I'm going Jet Speed. So way to assume that you're Lone Wolf. Boom. See what happens when you assume. No, I'm just kidding. I like Jet Speed here just because of what you guys have said about the tag team division. And I think it's going to be shenanigans because you were saying FTR gods earlier. I think that is kind of what's going to happen. I think Megan Bain's going to try to get involved. And I think Will is going to come out to kind of stop her, whether it's before or after the match. So I think it gets that. And I think Stokely, runs away from Willow. I think we're going to see shenanigans because it is a TV style show for the pre-show. And I think Jet Speed kind of gets that sneaky win. And then it's going to lead to a rematch, FTR Jet Speed. And FTR will get the clean win. Because I feel like FTR is doing this thing where they're trying to find who's sticking with them. They did it with the Outrunners. Now they're kind of doing it with Jet Speed. I could see the Outrunners come back around again. I think they're trying to help build that tag division by taking teams and legitimizing them. So kind of to Uno reverse what Jeff said, that's why I think Jet Speed wins.
Another one that has a female possibly involved.
All of them.
I see Outrunners and Dalton Castle teaming up.
Oh, I love
That
I
that.
forgot about that.
That's a great trio.
Amazing.
I see
Also-
that coming up.
We have Newports and we have Marbles. Are we getting Camel Lights next? Are we getting Parliaments? Like what's the next cigarette brand we're getting?
Camel Lights.
Camel.
Yep.
I'm thinking iconic boxes here from just when you saw them behind the gas station, when you saw all the different colors.
Yeah.
Obviously, not that I'm promoting smoking, especially as an asthmatic person, but I think the gear is cool.
Do we give props to somebody that's worn multiple hats the past couple months?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jonathan Cruz. Man, that guy is everywhere.
Who? I know Serpentico.
Yeah, I mean, the boy,
Never one of
I
his
think you're
names.
calling him Jonathan's what's throwing me off here.
Jonathan Cruz.
Is that his Abraham Lincoln gimmick? Jonathan Cruz.
Yep.
But I don't know how to predict this one because I don't know who Eddie and Hook are going to face. Do we get a returning tag team? Do we get like a private party who's been bulking up? Do we get LFI shenanigans again?
Who you got? Who you got?
I don't have anybody actually.
Okay, well here, I'll do it then.
I was thinking.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and make my prediction right now. I'm gonna go ahead and predict Eddie and Hook, establishing another tag team in the AEW tag division. So in my opinion, it does not make sense to have them lose right away and crush any momentum that they
Right.
both have from just coming back and being on TV. So I don't give a fuck who they pick, they're winning. So
Right.
they can put them against the tag team champions, they're still winning.
So who do you think's coming out?
Oh, that one I don't know. What about Caster and Bowen since they got their dysfunctional family?
That's what I'm thinking too, because they can take the loss. They're gonna lose.
They have to break their winning streak. And watch it be Bowens who takes the pin. That would be Caster can laugh at him. Like, you lost.
No. I agree 100% with that. I agree 100% with the last part.
I think if it's not we're not the acclaimed, I think we just mentioned him. I think the Outrunners step up. They put on a good show, but Eddie and Hook
See that.
beat them to kind of keep them in the foresight. Like that way you get your Dalton Castle side on the sideline, kind of cheering them on. But I feel like it's going to be really easy. I think it's going to be LFI. I think it's going to be Sammy because he hasn't faced Sammy yet. So and he's beaten everyone in LFI, but I think it's going to be Sammy and Roosh because those are the only two he hasn't faced out of the LFI combos yet. So I think it's going to be Sammy and Roosh. Ooh, I like Steve's here. We got Keith and Big Bill. That would be interesting.
That ain't bad
I
either.
do like Keith and Big Bill.
I like that one too, Steve.
I think Hook leads to a tag title match on World's End. I like that too. Rhonda, who's also going to be in the house the night with her and Henry. Sorry if I said that name wrong. I apologize, Rhonda. Eddie and Hook, maybe Caster and Bones. So she agrees with you. So that'll be interesting. I'm curious. And then as we get to the main card, I don't know about Mercedes. They teased an open challenge, but I know she's wrestling in Mexico on Friday, tomorrow, against Persephone. And then Sunday, I believe she's wrestling. So she's open Saturday, but she hasn't said if she's doing a match or if she's doing a segment. But before we get into Tekla and Hater, do we see anything from our CEO?
Yeah, a celebration.
Okay. Yeah. The Ultimo Monet.
Ultimo Monet, and
Yes.
she's got the longest dates.
Oh, that's right. 500. She'll be at 510 on Saturday.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Friday she gets it, right?
Friday. Yeah, I think Friday she gets it, but yeah.
But when we have the show, so I think we see an appearance,
I don't think we see it though until Statlander and
or maybe it's a
Later.
video or something, even video package.
Interruption.
Possibly,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll save that.
sorry.
Oh no!
Yeah, I got it right. Okay. I didn't want to say the wrong name.
When you start leaving it there, and
Digging a little talk.
So,
Okay,
Rachel,
so
do you think
I
that the
have-
talk? Oh, I talked over you. You're already going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I like the fact that they're both fairly new and, they're going against each other. Tekla, she actually can talk really good in front of the camera as well as Jamie Hayter can. I feel that Tekla can wrestle a little bit better than Jamie Hayter. But I think Jamie can take the fall. And I think Tekla is going to be coming up. There's something about Jamie Hayter. I love her hair, though. Her hair is so adorable. I love it.
wait, so I'm lost here. Who are you picking?
Tekla.
That one, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking.
I just don't see
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter winning.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Yeah, that's
Interesting. Yeah, Tekla's promo this past week actually last night.
Yes.
Last week was awesome. I liked the vibe. I liked the aura. And she's got a presence about her. I agree. She's got a presence about her.
Plus, again, she's the bad one.
the heel.
The heel. There we go.
Rachel's leaned more into the heels this past year. 2025 has been the year of the heels for Rachel.
Evidently, I don't know. Jeez. I thought this match was actually very tough to pick. To be completely honest, I thought this one was definitely, in some ways, one of the harder ones.
I think
Just
so
'cause
too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I was sitting there trying to think about it, and I'm like, both ladies could definitely use the win. Either way. Because, I'm kind of with Rachel on some of that. It's like, Are they trying to push Thek a little more here since she's a little bit newer versus Jamie, who was here but has been injured and had some different things? But I mean, she was world champion not all that long ago in some ways. So, I mean, eventually she's got to get back there. But I guess I'm going to have to stick with Rachel, unfortunately, again, go Thekla.
It just drops in the unfortunately.
I know I always got to. Because I just don't feel like it makes sense for her to lose right now. I just feel like that would kill a lot of her momentum and steam. And going back to that promo even a little bit, I think, that's one of her real first kind of bigger promos like that. And like I said, I kind of like that aura and vibe and whatnot. So I just feel like you derail all that momentum that's just got built. And, because what we saw her beat Sky Blue, right? Last night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That was a great match too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was.
The Sky Blue's been killing it, herself. So I mean, she's already kind of ran through some of the minions, so now she's, so to speak,
got to take care of the head honcho.
Yeah, so now you got the the Black Widow, the Spider, the Toxic Spider, the Queen. So I'm gonna go with Thekla though, because I just feel like she needs this push a little bit more. Man, I'm all heel heavy on this too.
I know. I was thinking, man, this is the first. I think I know who you're going because I think I know where your head's going with this. But I'm gonna think you're gonna use your blood and guts tie, and you were talking about earlier. But let's see. Are you gonna hate no one hits harder than Hater?
Yeah, this is going to be hard hitting. I got my girl Hater. I think I drank that Haterade. I am deep in with this. I also think, much like Rhonda, chaos. I think that there's going to be some Triangle of Madness involved. And I almost wonder, Jamie is such a strong woman and such a powerhouse that I think that Julia could miss her and she would still prevail.
Like she could fight through it like Willow did?
Yeah. Sky Blue took to it. Or is that the twist? Does Jamie get misted and turns? Because I like the 70s vibe that she's giving, which would work so well with Toni Storm.
It would have to be after Blood and Guts she turned.
But yeah, I think that Jamie's going to get misted, and I think they're going to tease this throughout Halloween. Like Rachel's theory. You get that evil turn happening, but
you got Steve talking about
Jamie prevails.
Yeah. I saw that.
Right. So we got 2 for Tekla. We got 1 for Hater.
I have a tinfoil
This was
hat
tough.
too.
I got to go with Jesse. I got to go with them. I got to go with Hater. I think it is tough. I think how Tekla was introduced, she attacked Jamie Hater. I think she's kind of got to get that shot back. I think she's kind of got to get that moment back, go into the build for Blood and Guts with that win, with that kind of confidence, that bravado, which will make the Triangle of Madness more deadly. They're going to, ramp up the attacks. They're going to start more shenanigans. So I definitely agree with Rhonda and you and everyone too that there's going to be shenanigans in this match, but I think Jamie overcomes it like you were saying. And I think she gets the win. Obviously not without coming close. I think, we're going to see Sky Blue try to cheat. We're going to see Julia try to cheat. I think we see Queen Aminata try to, fend them off. I think we could even see early, you could see Willow come out and try to fend them off. Like, I think there's enough of a story to kind of help keep it so it's not too much gaga, but enough that'll give Jamie that balance back. Okay, it's a fair fight again. Tekla's distracted. Now she's going to hit that Haterade and boom, 1, 2, 3. So I think it's something like that. So it's not too overly like Jeff Jarrett's TNA style gaga, but it's at least serviceable. Jeff laughs because he knows exactly what I was mentioning.
And maybe we're setting Tekla up for a TBS title run.
I mean, I really liked Jesse earlier saying that with the amount of days and the record on the line, could we see returning Britt Baker get that title? So there's a lot of ways that TBS title. But Rachel, before I move on, you said you had tinfoil.
Might be coming out as well because she's been going around as well, and she's been out for so many days, and Tony Khan's been paying her, so I see her coming out.
Who, Ruby Soho?
Yeah.
She had just opened that restaurant or whatever. Or wait, it opens tomorrow or something.
Okay.
Just saying their restaurant opens to the public tomorrow, so.
And they did say they were adding a new member to the Triangle. Could Ruby be part of the Triangle? No one would see that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, her vibe kind of fits in with Tekla.
I agree definitely with that part of it, but.
I mean, because she's been out for a minute as well.
I just haven't really heard much about her as far as training or doing anything like that per se.
I know she got back in the ring recently, but I don't know how long ago that was. I remember seeing a picture on Instagram.
That's, I mean, I don't know if it's been long enough to have her in ring shape.
Right. Interesting, though, but it's definitely a good theory. I mean, how far is Ohio? How far is Ohio from you guys?
Well, she lives in there. It's Indiana.
Oh, it's Indiana? Okay, see, I'm terrible.
Yeah, she's closer than that even.
So
It's
that
like
could be a drive.
It's like Shipswana or something. So what's one of the funky names?
No one said their restaurant was open late.
That is true, and it seems cool. It's like a board game, and I
Yes.
agree. I think
D&D and
Hater's
board
overdue
games
for a
and
win.
stuff. Yeah.
And then a match that I'm looking forward to because every time these four are in the ring together, it's gold. Their matches have always been fantastic. But I love me the Broke Bucks gimmick. I think this is, you want to get people liking the Bucks again. This was the perfect thing. Maybe we got BTE back. We got the silly skits back. We got a little bit of divisiveness between Matt and Nick with, Nick gambling all the money away and Matt wanting the over top entrances and, them filming BTE skits like in the ring on them. But you have Jack who simply comes back and says, when I needed you, you weren't there. So I resurrected my past and he brought back his dinosaur. I think this is a hard one, but it's also going to be a fun one. But Rachel, unfortunately, you have to go first and tell us who you think is. Do you think Jurassic Express is going to win, or do you think the Bucks get some more money to blow?
Well, I know the Bucks can take the fall, and the Jurassic Express just got back together, so I think they need the win. Plus, with him being the whole dinosaur and everything that goes with the whole Halloween theme again. But I also think that this is a good time for Jack to like tell the Young Bucks like, everything, and Luchasaurus is going to be the one that ends up like she's going to slam him like that, choke slam him. So that's what I think. So I'm going to go with Jurassic Express.
I like it.
Well, no, I'm not chuckling at you. I'm chuckling at Jesse's comment you just put up because I'm like, well, shit, I'm going all fucking heel again. God damn it, every pick is a fucking heel.
He's a heel.
Because unfortunately, Jesse's got that right on the head from where my stuff's going because when it turned into a money match, I feel like, yeah, that definitely, and then it sets it up for more because then they're not going to have their redemption. So Jack and Lucha are going to have to come back, and maybe they need a certain little feller to come back.
Oh, Marco, yes.
To help them beat the Bucks. Because I just feel like this storyline with Jack and the Bucks isn't over.
No,
So
not far from over.
Let the Bucks have a shit win over them, get the money, flaunt it in their face every week. Plus, I do like this kind of new Jungle Boy. He's like this blacksmith mountain dude type jungle instead. He's like mountains instead of jungle now. He needs to be Mountain Boy or something.
Right. I like that he crafts the knife. I like that he has like his scapegoat character, but he's no longer the scapegoat. He's evolved, but the right way. And even Luchasaurus, like he's a little bit more dark. He's a little bit, I don't want to say demonic, but he's
broody.
They both are in the gray. That's what I'll say before I get to my tinfoil, but they're both playing in the gray.
You know, I'm wondering.
What's that?
What does Luchasaurus spend his money on? Another master's degree?
Paramount Plus to watch Big Brother?
Right? Like, what is Luchasaurus going to buy because they are winning?
Probably not oil.
He's a dinosaur. He doesn't need money.
Right?
We could see a new bus.
That would be funny. Put the Bucks face on the bus, the Bucks bus.
Like, they could easily get a new bus. Jack Perry could get some new equipment to keep building his shenanigans. I think there's a lot of potential with a funny story with them getting the money, especially
like what
a
Jeff
dinosaur winning the money. Like, what?
Imagine Jack gets him a squeaky toy.
Yeah, like, there's so many things that could go here. And then the Bucks, that tension is so thin. Or thick, sorry. The tension, like, it is wild with the two of them. If they don't win this money, Matt is going to blow his lid on Nick.
Yeah, and that's so you're saying Jurassic Express?
Oh yeah, I am. Got to go with my dinosaur.
I like it. I know, Jeff, you were teetering. I know the comments are kind of split, but I don't
So,
see Jurassic Express taking a loss this early, so I got to go with my head on that one. Like, I agree with Jesse. Like the money match, I think that's to throw a curveball. You sold me, Jeff, when you said they could tease the Bucks. I think they're going to tease the Bucks with the money. I could see Jack Perry going full Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, putting the money and setting it on fire just to piss the Bucks off. Like, I can see him just saying, "You weren't there for me. Watch your world burn. This is all you care about," and just setting it on fire. And then you see your overdramatic Matt drop to his knees like, "No!" Just watching the money burn. Literally, I mean, they are doing the whole DC crossover. I'm just saying, doing something that the Joker did would be kind of meta and would fit in. So,
Killer Croc.
yeah, and I'd love to see Marco come back too. And I think it's interesting, Jack Perry's first match back. Where did he return to last year in Dynasty when he helped the Bucks? St. Louis. You guys were in the house for it, so it wasn't Ron and Henry. I think it's fitting that they get the win, and he kind of gets that redemption like a year later, like, hey, or over a year later in Seattle, he kind of triumphs over the Bucks. And like you said, that story is not over. They're going to Full Gear with something, whether they do a stipulation match or whether they do something else. They're going to Full Gear, so I think Express gets to win here, so Bucks can pick it up later. Oh, I like Steve. He went with your attention that Jurassic Express win. The Bucks start to kind of break up, and Omega is one who pulls them back together. That could be a kind of good way to get them back.
Yeah.
Now, I was saying that Jack is playing in the gray. He did prove himself to Kenny by, he took the bullet for Kenny this week on Dynamite to show his loyalty.
He really did.
However, he's a smart person. Jack's a smart person. Is this a fake face run right now with them? Were they pulling the wool over our eyes? Because, I mean, they call them a man and his monster, not a man and his dinosaur. I don't know too many monsters that are friendly. And I can see that they're playing nicey nice, but like, is this just kind of a little short lived? And then maybe like Full Gear, we find out his true colors. Like, you guys just ate up everything I gave you. I came back to the stupid little wave you guys were. I could see it going both ways. I could see them turning, almost pulling that MJF. Like, I just did everything to see you guys friggin' react. Like, what do you like? No, I just want to screw the Bucks over and catch them off guard.
Yeah,
Watch truly a face run is fantastic.
Well, I think there could be some tinfoil there just with the money in general, because, like you said with Jack and some of that, he could just be like, "Hey, how much you want this money?"
Yeah, like what are you gonna do for me? And that makes
Lay
the
down
Bucks
to the Bucks because they want a tag match or something that the Bucks can get them or something else. Because I feel like the money means nothing to Jurassic Express, and that was the only reason why I went against them. Because me, I would have been normally like, they're back, they're together, this and that. Like, there's no way they lose. But
right.
that was the only reason I did it. But I do like what Steve's got going on there too. A lot of tinfoil. Gotta love the tinfoil.
I love it. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It spreads.
Now, Rachel, this is the 5th time these two are meeting up.
Let's not make that a comment.
it
It
is.
is the TNT Championship. Does Mark Briscoe get his first well-deserved title run in AEW? Or does the Protostar stay the Protostar?
God, that's a tough one.
I think that Mark Briscoe is going to end up winning
It's
it.
hard betting.
Ooh, and new.
Yes, and new. I think Kyle Fletcher, he is a great wrestler. Like, he's going to stay around. Plus, he's in with what's his
Don
face?
Callis Army.
Now, I keep thinking of a snake whenever I see him because he's ugh. But anyways,
The Protostar, Kyle fucking Fletcher.
yes. So, but I think Mark Briscoe takes it away.
Wow.
I think that would be like his first time that he had a title belt in AEW.
Especially anything single.
Yeah. So I think it's time for him. That's my only good one I got.
That's your heart pick for the night?
Yes. It is my heart pick.
Well, because, that's tough. Because I'm same thing. My notes and stuff here, I have, 2 and 2 against each other. My heart wants Chicken to win.
Yeah.
Of course. But my brain tells me otherwise because Fletcher, too much upside, and unless the tinfoil hats start getting real big, and then we start talking into Don Callis family members. We heard about people getting kicked out or leaving. What if he was talking about himself?
Ooh, I like that. Like no one would see
What?
that coming. That would be a swerve, bro.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. God, you know what I mean? Like I said, my heart says chicken, but
Your
I'm
brain says
saying,
protostar.
yeah, I'm gonna have to say, and still, like I said, though, the only thing is if we see that really weird tease for this Don Callis stuff, which obviously we'll be talking more about here in other matches coming up. So, but yeah, that's my weird tinfoil is that this could be the thing with Fletcher leaving Don Callis, not Takeshita or the stuff with Okada as much. So we'll see. But like I said, we'll talk about that later.
That's a really good.
I
I
told you
didn't
my
think of
tinfoil
that.
hat is big.
So who are you thinking?
I think Fletcher takes this only because the Don Callis family can't really be stopped at the moment. I don't know, because I don't see that Don Callis family winning the next match that they have. I think that this is the one that Kyle does retain and they keep this gold.
Okay, I like it. I'm thinking a lot like Jeff here. My heart wants chicken because what better feel good moment than Mark Briscoe, who basically has been the guy to take the losses, the guy to take the bumps, the guy to show up every week and wrestle, the guy who doesn't put on a bad match, who's over with the fans, who's fan friendly. It would be the ultimate, like, you're the man, like, thank you so much. Just don't think it's time yet. I think it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like how the Ring of Honor one happened. It was special. It's gotta be a special moment. So I don't see it happening yet. Also, we haven't seen our friggin' pink title belt yet. So I'm not saying he loses until we get a damn pink title belt. Maybe that's why, because they don't want to call their shot, and so it's a long term belt. But he needs that pink title belt. But I think he wins here because I think they got to build up someone who's going to take it from Kyle. Because right now, like Emily said, like you both alluded to, the Don Callis army is unstoppable. They just every week they seem to add someone new, and it's crazy to think about him losing it right now because I feel like he's kind of solidifying that Don wants the gold. I think if he loses it too early, it kind of tips their hand a little bit. So I think he retains.
I think that much like the TBS title, the TNT has exceeded its own precedents. I think that it went from being more of a mid card to being a pretty top honor to have.
I mean, it's getting there. It needs some work.
It's IC. It's IC level.
Definitely good workhorse belt, and I think it's good
That's
to see.
exactly. It's a workhorse championship, which in a lot of ways can be better.
I
Because
mean,
more
and
people
if you want to know who I see taking it off, Kyle, whatever. I think Orange Cassidy's gonna be the one to dethrone him. I think he had that international time. And I think him getting the TNT title, and I can just see him getting another backpack. And I'm like, oh, great, and he just puts it in the backpack.
But it could be an orange backpack this time.
It could be an orange belt too. I'm just saying, like, I can see Orange getting, or imagine he just carries around like a crappy like handmade one. What happened to your belt? I lost it. Like, and he's just carrying around like a cardboard
one in the
version.
store.
I could see that. Oh, and Henry just joined the Don Callis family. So now the Don Callis family is up to 737 current members.
Who had more, the Dark Order or?
I mean, but when people want to complain about the Don Callis family, do we forget about the Bobby Heenan family? How many members were in the Bobby Heenan family at one point?
We have
Like,
the
there's-
Bloodline, and then we have the Don Callis
You don't even
family.
have to go with the bloodline. You can literally go with the Don He. You can go with like any major faction. The Four Horsemen at one point were like 12. So like,
NWO.
NWO.
yeah, NWO
Yeah.
at one point was the entire
Club.
roster.
Bullet Club. I mean, Chaos even there for a little while in New Japan had a shitload of members and stuff. So
I couldn't keep track of the members of Chaos. At one point, there was like, and they joined Chaos. I'm like, wait, but I thought they were in this one. Okay, yeah.
weren't they just
So this one has been changed. I read this morning. The Demand vs. Hurt Syndicate is now a tornado trios match.
yes.
So now it's no longer a tag situation, but now a free for all. And remember, when they were in a traditional match at All Out, Bobby and Shelton did fine, but MVP was a liability. In the street fight, they got the win back, but it was in their element. Now this is a match that's rife for distraction, that's rife for interference. It's kind of up the Demand's alley because it's a chaotic match, and someone like Ricochet could sneak a pin on MVP here. So What do you think, Rachel? Do you think that the demand come in and take a win, or do you think that they're going to get hurt and Hurt Syndicate is going to prevail?
Well, everybody loves Hurt Syndicate. I mean, to look at them, you got to go with Hurt Syndicate. However, I think that the demand is going to win now that it was switched to the Tornado, because I think that it works in their favor. So I think that they're going to be able to be a little bit more sly about things. I mean, because you can't go up against Muscle. Like you have to be, you know, good, a decent way to get around that. So, but I have the demand winning. So,
I like
Okay.
it.
All right. So I got some tinfoil, I guess, that helped me make a decision because I thought this one was kind of tough too. Because it's definitely hard to go against the Hurt Syndicate, but I'm going with the demand as well.
whew,
They still hurt people, but the demand win. I think MVP probably eats the pin again and becomes, in my opinion, and I don't know, this is where my tinfoil's coming in to make a decision. He becomes their weak link or like the chink in their armor,
Mm-hmm.
which 2 failures in a row are unacceptable. And
That's
this,
right.
in my opinion, puts MVP, who is kind of the leader. I don't know whether unofficial or official. I guess official, I guess. Is this now shows he's a weak leader, and now, how it kind of is. You take over the leader by beating him up and all that shit, right?
Yep.
And all that. So Bobby Lashley, I think, feels like wants to be the leader after this. And yeah, so I'm going to go with the demand, and I think we're going to see some dissension in the Hurt Syndicate.
I like it. I like it. I like all the tinfoil in the comments too. You guys are saying what I was thinking.
You guys have Reynolds wrapped me. I have Hurt Syndicate written down, and now you've got me thinking, instead of Cedric coming in from MVP, does MVP get pinned and then Cedric takes him out and Bobby takes him in and is the new leader?
I'm with Steve. I'm with Steve. Pull up Steve comment.
what if Cedric joins?
Yep.
Man, yeah.
Stop,
Steve
Henry.
Henry.
Yep. I'm with them.
I like it. So I'm kind of like Jesse here. I have the Hurt Syndicate winning to end the feud. But I didn't think about Cedric coming in and kind of betraying. But I like what you're saying, Jeff. MVP has said that. But I don't know if they're going to kick him out of the group. I think it's just he's going to be like, I can't be that wrestler more. I think this is going to be a swerve. And I'm probably overthinking this, but I don't think MVP is actually wrestling at the pay-per-view.
That's what I wrote too.
I think that this is all a setup because everyone keeps saying, well, why are we doing this match again? Why are we do? And I think, well, what other way can they do this? It's not a stipulation match. If someone pins the clean, the feud's got to be over because it's the rubber match, to use baseball analogies like we've been using.
No, yep.
But MVP already kind of knows, and he hinted that's why they did the street fight. He said, I need to be in my element, essentially. So I think he's going to come out like, listen, last time I was at you guys had unfair advantage. You didn't have Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. You beat me. You didn't beat them. However, this isn't my game anymore, but you know whose game it is. I think that's where we get Cedric, is because he's going to introduce him as his replacement, and it's going to be the Hurt Syndicate with Cedric beating the demand. And I think that's kind of what's going to send it. And then MVP will be happy because then he can just kind of fall back into the manager role. But I think they're going to go safe that way. I think we're going to get Cedric debuting to join.
See, I liked it the other way, saying you guys fucked me over.
I like that too.
Me fucking.
I think it could go either way. It's going to be good. I think they're telling a good story here.
Because wasn't he?
I'm Henry though right now. I'm Henry though. I'm all over the place because I'm sure tomorrow I'm gonna be like, no, the demand's totally got this.
Well, but isn't Cedric signed to TNA?
So the rumors were his contract was up this week or last
okay.
week.
Okay, see, that's where I was questioning.
And I guess TNA has a lot of contracts that they say over a dozen are up in the next few weeks. So it's, I mean, it makes sense. It's the new fiscal year. I mean, Rachel and I both know from working in finance, it's the new fiscal year. So a lot of things are changing.
So who did both of you pick? Who did both of you pick then?
I pick Hurt Syndicate.
Okay.
Hurt Syndicate.
Okay, thank you.
Hurt people.
Oh, they still do.
Did you lone wolf that one, Jeff?
No, Rachel.
Oh, Rachel picked the demand. Okay. Oh,
Rachel,
we haven't had a Jeff lone wolf in a long time. That's why I was curious.
I'm the lone wolf on the Bucks.
Oh, that's right. You were okay. Just kidding. My history is revisionist, apparently.
And then M is the conglomeration, and Rachel's got a couple.
I like it.
He likes to be the lone wolf.
I have my match of the night, like when it comes to like covering my eyes and looking away and being entertained. I don't know how you guys are going to in the crowd. I can't wait to hear stories from the crowd on this one. The I Quit match, which I didn't think I was going to be as excited as I was until this past week on Dynamite. Holy shit. Speaking of Batman, they're in a jail cell talking, and then Pac breaks into their prison, beats the hell out of Darby. Darby crawls down the ramp and is literally... It reminds me of the Simpsons episode where he joins the stonecutter and they're like, now walk through the blinding desert of the paddling of asses, swollen asses. And he's just getting beaten up by every single member of the Death Riders 1-1, but he's not quitting. He just keeps walking. He keeps getting up. And then pulling that flag out from Mount Everest and laying it down symbolically like, I'm willing to die for AEW. And Moxley delivering the Death Ride in the middle. Like, so beautifully done. Darby's clearly sending the message, I'm not quitting. He hasn't won a match against him yet, Rachel. So do you think Darby finally gets that first victory and makes Moxley quit by choking him out with that flag? Or do you think Moxley prevails over Darby?
Is the 5th time the charm?
Well, it would be nice for Darby to win.
Henry.
Okay. However, I feel that Moxley's going to do it. I feel that it's going to be a really, really bloody match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking forward to that at all. So I might have to go get, my souvenir at that time. I do see the Death Riders coming out in this and it being interfered. I think instead of a win, there's going to be a disqualification.
Can't be.
Oh.
You mean you're going to go with Adam's thing by ref stoppage?
Yes.
Because somebody can't continue? Is that more so? Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? I just want to make sure.
Because I don't think either one of them is going to win or lose because it's the IQ.
So a double ref stoppage. So you're talking a draw?
No, I was just... I'm going with Moxley.
Okay, thank you, because you definitely did not say that. Not even close.
With Moxley.
That's okay. I know it's very hard because it's almost like... I know what you're saying. Like, neither one will quit, so it's hard to say who's going to say those words, like, I quit. I get what you're saying, Rachel. It's
and I was with that part too, but that's why I'm like, well, because
I know, like, which one do we go?
Well, no, it could be a double stoppage.
But I don't think Darby's gonna quit. I think Moxley's gonna be like, "Hey, you don't have to quit. Like, we both love the sport. Blah blah blah."
Oh no, they're not loving anything.
Ooh, does Danielson help out?
Hold on, what was it? The Danielson one?
Does Danielson interfere? Steve's got the tinfoil on tonight too. Does Danielson interfere?
Yeah, but it's tougher for Danielson. I mean, he can only do certain things. But I mean, he definitely can do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, all right.
Let's see what Jeff's got. I know his tinfoil is getting tighter too. So what do you think, Jeff?
It's getting tighter.
Back.
Hot. It's getting tight.
Well, tinfoil doesn't hold heat. It holds heat in, doesn't get hot.
Yeah, that's true.
Say that to Sonic.
So we're going back to the norm and getting back the way things are supposed to be. And I'm going with Darby getting his dub. Finally, 5 times the charm. But yeah, this is going to be hard-hitting, bloody, over the top. I'm just going to comment on this now. Yeah, it's who's going to outdo the other with the crazy fucking shit. I feel like, at least with a couple things. But yeah, like I said, 5th time's charm for Darby. There might be a few things that are hard to watch in this, but it'll still be fun. And yeah, these two are going to fucking get after it.
I think so. And I agree with Romero here. We got to go with the heart. Hope Darby's okay. There's a couple comments about that going in the ambulance. Darby finally getting the victory. Death Riders turning. Like, this match is definitely potential to be what you say today. By Saturday, you're going to change your mind. So, Emily, I know who your heart and head are going for, but why are we going with Darby? I'm going to say your pick for you because I know it's Darby.
I don't know how often I root against the boy.
You don't.
Darby is it's Darby Allin. The man climbed Mount Everest, set world records. He is just badass. I can't go against him. I just can't.
So how does he win? What do you think he does to finally make Moxley quit? Because I mean, Hangman's choked him out multiple times. He said he was going to choke him with that flag, but what do you think he has to do to make him quit?
I think he's going to get fed up. I think it's going to be something where somebody Marina is put in danger.
He's going to sacrifice. Like, no, don't do it. I quit.
Yeah, like Jericho on top of the cage with Sammy down bottom. I quit.
Oh, when he surrendered, yeah.
I think it's going to be similar.
I think Moxley says, fuck her.
Like he lets her take
I think he straight up says like somebody does something and he's like, yeah, fuck her. I don't care.
I agree with that. There is no
we all know that Yuta
what she signed up for as a Death Rider.
Like Yuta has been very much
He's ate shit.
The sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, the sacrificial lamb on every little element. That poor man.
I mean, why can't Marina do it? Maybe that's her start of her wake up call, kind of like Wheeler had. We have to have the scent start in the fucking Death Riders eventually here. You know what I mean?
It's got to go down, but they're gaining.
Eventually, there has to be something.
Yeah,
or
the flamethrower. The flamethrower.
They're gaining.
Flamethrower. Now, you were saying it earlier, not on the All Out predictions. You thought that the Death Riders were going to splinter off into two different things. Statlander didn't join.
Right.
Garcia's new lamb, Adam says, but what you said about MVP earlier, it could be true for Moxley, because I'm going to go with Darby for the record. I think Darby is going to do what he says. I think he's going to choke out Moxley with that flag. I could see it being ref stoppage. Like, he's not going to quit. He's just going to pass out, and the ref's going to say, no, I got to stop it. He's out cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be the flag, because they keep talking about it. He climbed up the mountain with it. He cut a promo talking about it. He brought it down from the mountain. He brought it to the ring. They've talked about this flag too much to not make it symbolic and be the thing that takes Moxley out, similar to the bag that took out Danielson last year. We've already seen the bag kind of get the payback. We've seen Danielson get a little, but maybe Danielson helps a little bit. Maybe Danielson's the one who starts choking him first and then gives the flag to Darby and goes, do it. And just gives him the flag, and then he does. Like, I could see that too, but it's going to be Darby. I agree with you. I think he's going to tell Marina, like, fuck you, just take it. And everyone after. And there was a great comment earlier, I think it was Henry, who said Garcia is going to be like, what the hell? I joined a group of winners, not losers. If I wanted to be a loser, I'd stay with Daddy Magic. Like, I think it will be like, it's that kind of like you said earlier, that kink in the armor. So they go into Blood and Guts and they're defeated. They're not going to trust Mox, and then they're going to lose again in Blood and Guts potentially. And that will be, they're going to spiral. World's End was kind of like the culmination of the Death Riders last year where they rose to power. World's End this year is where they're crashing and burning. We have this 3 months to finish them off, and I think this is where you both said this is where it starts. This is the downfall of the Death Riders. It starts right here because Darby said he was going to do everything he could to take them down.
Yep.
Henry says he wants to change his guts the last time.
I don't blame you.
Garcia's a wolf, and that is a good theory that he's not actually a Death Rider, but he's undercover. Ooh, I like that one.
Get that tinfoil out, everybody. I love it.
This is great.
Yep.
And then one of my tag teams of the year, Bro Dito, who when they first joined together, I was like, okay, throwing together a tag team. And now I'm like, Bro Dito, Macarena, let's go, tag team champions. I'm loving everything about them. Then you got the tension between Okada, new IWGP champion, but Okada, he doesn't give a shit because you know what? He's better than him. He had that title. He held it much longer. G1, he won it he won it more times than he did. He doesn't care about him. There's tension. He comes into the group. Don Callis is like, you're the best. Takeshita teasing that turn. So I hate to use this cliche, but it happens all the time. Can they coexist versus Bro Dito? So, Rachel, do you think Okada and Takeshita for that story win the titles and are that begrudging tag team? Or do you think Bro Dito is and still Macarena champions?
You've been set at the most perfect timing. You and Adam at the same exact time.
I am going to go with Bro Dito. However, I think that Takeshita and Okada end up turning on each other. So I think it's going to be like Don Callis is going to come out with the family, and it's going to be like, you need to choose between him and you need to choose. So Don Callis is going to be the one that has to make the choice. But yeah, I have Bro Dito winning because I love the mask. So that's who I have.
All right.
Oh, Takeshita walking out on Okada, and Okada eats the pin. Wow.
So this match right here, I guess the first thing I'm gonna point out is this match can have so much tinfoil, it's ridiculous. Because the Okada Takeshita matchup alone gives you all that. Because, like I said, I'm going to go back now to my Fletcher point. You know, he already talked about something. We all think it's Takeshita, right? We all think that is just like the blatantly obvious choice, you know? So I'm going to kind of use that. And I feel like Okada and Takeshita, obviously losing. That's the cliche. Look at these guys. We need to split them up, cause more stuff. Then it's the start of the demise of the Don Callis family. Well, I'm gonna say that's too fucking easy, and I'm gonna say it's too easy to blame each other for whoever would get the loss between them. So I think I'm gonna go a completely different direction, and they're gonna win. And
new.
what?
Okay.
Because the descent is going to be a different type of descent. I feel like the descent is going to be they're both too successful.
That is
They
true.
both have multiple belts. Well, look at us. We're tags and we're singles, this and that. Like, who's better than who, this type of thing. And that's going to escalate it even more because, we're like, well, how the fuck do we pick who's better? We're both piss and excellence, in essence. You know what I'm saying? So it could actually bring those two closer together. And then we get somebody else that gets pushed out. Like I said with Fletcher, he said somebody's getting pushed out. Like I said, who says it doesn't have to be Kyle pushing himself out? Because, like I said, the Takeshita babyface turn, I just think is just too obvious.
Have we seen that yet?
Him
Started as a
babyface.
babyface.
I thought he started under Don.
No, he turned on Kenny.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Remember, he
you
beat
know what I
Kenny 2
mean?
times.
So I just don't think I just feel like everybody sees that as just a cliche niche thing. Oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen. That's the cliche, and it's like I want to see something different and I want to see the opposite of that. I want to see this tie them together and then fuck somebody else over. Just because it's different.
I like it. I remember when he turned heel, I was told, I called him a bastard. I said, you don't deserve any more Cinnabon. That's why I told him, you don't deserve no more Cinnabon because he broke my heart. He attacked Kenny. But I love me some Takeshita now. So do you think Brodito retains? Or do you think the Don Callis family gets some more gold? And like Jeff said, there's that tension building between them as they're can they coexist? Now they're champions. They have to work together. So I'm guessing
I'm going Brodito.
Well, I'm gonna be the only one on that Takada trail.
I like it.
I'm gonna be the only
Brodito. I like it. I really, really want Takeshita to be dual champion, have a tag belt, and have IWGP belt, but I don't think Okada needs to be double champion, so that's why I don't see them winning. I know that Bandito needs some time off from what Henry was saying. I know he had his shoulder issue. I think it's one of those things where this is a match where maybe Brody does a little bit more of the bumping and Bandito just tries to do what he can to avoid that shoulder. Brody's strong enough to kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting, no pun intended, pun intended.
Right.
I think they retain. I know it's Occam's razor for me. I think that turn's happening, especially now more. They need that kind of element with Wrestle Kingdom around the corner because here's what no one's talking about. Wrestle Kingdom 20 is around the corner. You have Takeshita who has to defend his IWGP title against Goto. If Goto does not win, Takeshita is going into the Tokyo Dome with the IWGP title essentially in the main event, and he gets to choose his challenger. That's typically how it works in New Japan. I see Okada versus Takeshita headlining the Tokyo Dome for Tokyo Dome 20. What better way to kind of celebrate the 20th anniversary of Wrestle Kingdom than Takeshita versus Okada for the IWGP title? And that way you can start your feud in AEW and you can have it mean something in New Japan, make that dual contract mean something. So I think that could be the tension it goes to. I do love your theory about Kyle Fletcher because no one would see that coming except for Jeff. Jeff's the only one who's seen that coming. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I mean, like if it comes, you can be like, you can be smug and.
No, like I said, the tinfoil unfortunately now starts taking over at times, and it's when you have the tough decision matches. Because obviously, I like Brodito. They're fun. They have great chemistry. They're getting good tag moves and stuff now. So I mean, obviously, I like that. But like I said, I just want to see that different aspect. And yes, I think it is going to be them two, but I think it's going to be a little different thing. Yeah, they're going to
Right.
do that. Well, more respectful, I guess, than the enemy in certain ways. You know what I mean? Because they're going to kind of strengthen, but still go, yeah, I want to wrestle you because you're the best from that company. You're the best tournament wrestler from that company, and you're one of the best IWGP champions and multi-time.
Great way to kind of, like I was saying when he won the IWGP title, him fighting Okada and kind of getting that rub from Okada also legitimizes him in New Japan, but also legitimizes in AEW. Like, what better way to build him as a megastar from both New Japan and AEW by I beat Okada in the Tokyo Dome? Like, I just feel like that would be such a legacy defining moment for someone who, 12 years ago was literally knocking at the door, sending emails, begging New Japan just for a chance, and they're like, "No, you don't have it." And now he has a chance to not only face Goto but face whoever he wants at Wrestle Kingdom. He has a chance to rise up in AEW. So I think it all can happen. But then again, they could win the title, and that could be that weird situation where it's like you said, where it's like, I gotta work together, or it could just be a swerve. They are faking the tension. Like, you're all idiots. You all fell for it. Like, there's so many ways it can go.
That's where I'm at.
And speaking of so many ways it can go, I don't think they're gonna take the title off Statlander. I'm kind of spoiling myself here. But Rachel, do you think Tony Storm becomes the five-time AEW Women's World Champion, or do you think Statlander gets their first singles victory over Tony Storm? Her first time they've ever met, by the way. First time they've ever had a singles match.
I have Statlander. Timeless. I mean, she is timeless. She's great. She knows how to wrestle. She does a very good job. All the fans love her, but I don't think it's Statlander's turn to give it up. I do think the Death Riders are going to come out in this.
Kind of payback for her turning him down.
Yep. And I think they're going to try it again. And then I think because Marina has to do something, she has got to wrestle one of these points. So I see her like being the next one that Statlander faces because she hasn't wrestled at all. Like, we need to see her do something. She just can't be standing.
So instead of I see it. So instead of the tag match, like her saying, I'm gonna bring the gold to you, Mox. She didn't want to join. I'll bring the gold. Okay, I can see that, her being like next challenger, trying to bring that gold.
That's what I think. So I have Statlander.
I like it. Oh, Jesse thinks this is gonna be a slow heel turn by Statlander. Okay. All right, Jeff. I don't know if there's. Do you have some tinfoil for this one, or what are you thinking for this?
Well, I actually want to go back to where was it? Hold on. There was a comment somebody had about that IWGP, like they're going to have to. Oh, Henry says might have to go to Japan if that match happened. Okada versus Takeshita.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, I want to see that, of course, but I hope it doesn't because we already got other stuff planned.
Yeah, right. That'd be way too short. We have a wedding around that time, so we definitely couldn't hit Japan.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff just won't work. So yes, I'd love to see it, but yeah, I hope not because then I can't go. But anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of that same thing. Tony fucking killed it. Let's just all be honest, man. She dove into this character and persona 1,000%. And I mean, she got it over when, let's be honest, it probably in some ways, some of it shouldn't have gotten over, but her dedication and just sticking with it and just her promo skills and just that charisma and her personality and sense of humor really came through with all this. And in a lot of ways, she did her research on a lot of stuff too, with RJ City and all that. That really, I think, elevated all this. So as much as I love Tony and everything else, and she was a great champion, it's Chris's time. We've been waiting for this for a long fucking time. You know what I mean? For Chris and for her time. So now it's now. So I'm excited to see it. So I think this will be a good match. I think they have a lot of respect for each other. The back and forth, I'm better than you stuff has been pretty entertaining.
Stripping off with each other.
Yes,
so,
I like
so
that.
I really like that because I feel like Tony's helped bringing out some more personality from Chris.
Yes.
Kind of like we used to talk about with like DG and some of that stuff. We're getting to see some more personality and a little bit differently than just, hey, I'm the big, strong alien or whatever, And I really do also want to bring that point up too, is I'm really happy that she's kind of getting some of those alien tendencies and some of the lines and some of the gear. And, we're not seeing boops. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see it just one boop. But I do like that she's kind of hitting back to that character and going back to that original stuff. So anyway, and still go Chris.
I mean, I know you want to see the Boop come back because you got booped on the cruise.
Yep.
I
That was
think
fun.
the alien, the galaxy's greatest, I think that everything about what she was doing in 2020 could definitely resurface in a higher level. I think that that's what we were supposed to see back then before the injuries came. And she came back stronger and better, and there's no way they don't give her the proper run. And I think taking out Toni Storm in their first ever singles match together really shows like friendly competition. This isn't
Fighting champion.
Yeah, like this isn't a feud that's been going on for years. This isn't something that's like
But it's like beating a 4-time champion to solidify yourself.
yeah, it's not good versus evil. This is Toni needs to evolve into her next little character idea development with her, and Chris is forming herself and like really taking the last form with this. But
Yeah.
as far as Toni is, I think Chris is taking this. And as far as Toni is concerned, I'm excited to see the next role. I'm excited to see the next character she develops, to see the new gear. She's not wrestling in 70s or maybe like 50s. Yeah, like she looked like she was almost in bathing suits previously.
Like the gear we saw from that
You think we're
movie
getting a break?
with Mildred Burke.
Yeah,
You
she's
think we're getting a
developing
break
new.
though from Toni to do all this because he'll physically and be able to adjust her character? Because I think we're going to get a break from her, like at least a month or two.
Yeah, I think we get a small little break.
I hope not too long, because I'm hoping to see her significant other show up tonight or tomorrow night. Whatever night this is going on.
Tonight.
No.
Juice?
Yeah.
Why would Juice get involved in this match?
Not this match. I'm just saying I hope they show up.
Okay, I was just so confused.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, wait a second here.
I'm ready. Where the hell is Ace Austin? What is going on with this?
Hold on. We're talking about the women's match. We're not talking about Bang Bang Gang right now.
It's Toni Storm. We're always talking about a Bang Bang.
Yes. Okay. Whoa. All right then. So you hit the nail on the head. I'll put it out there. I'm going with and still Statlander. I agree. Same thing. Solidifying title win, beating a 4-time women's champ, being probably the first AEW Women's Hall of Fame. If when AEW has a Hall of Fame, Toni Storm's going to be a headliner. So beating someone who came in and revolutionized not only her character, but being a champion. I mean, she's been a champion something like 70% of her entire AEW run. She's been a champion, like the champion. So I think beating her kind of gives Chris Statlander the flowers. And I agree. I know Henry's not the biggest fan of Stat, but I think, Jeff, you hit the nail on the head. Toni's bringing out that character that we all know Stat has just from seeing her be goofy on BTE or be goofy in backstage skits, like with the best friend. And I think you hit the nail on the head, Emily, too, with her metamorphosis. Because one of the things I've been noticing weekly, she has that little white face paint on her left eye or right eye. It depends on the camera view. It's growing. And that's where she used to paint her little green alien swatch over, because that's what you did. That's why I know about that swatch so much, because how many times you would have to paint that and get that ready for practice. So is she kind of metamorphosized into like that Battlefield Galaxy? What's that? Not Galaxy. Battlestar Galactica type of cyborg alien, like futuristic, where it's kind of like an evolution of her alien gimmick, like you were saying. I could see that where she's kind of developing that personality.
Right.
She is no longer just alien parts after those surgeries. So maybe that's part of the Galactica.
But that's what maybe it's like a different version of it.
Do like that $6 million woman kind of thing with her when she first came back from, or like when she came back from like her second or third injury. They, you know what I mean? They kind of, she's bigger, badder, faster, stronger. You know what I mean? Yeah, that type of thing. Well, now I like it that they're kind of going, well, no, she's not a, whatever. No, she's back to that, like you said, kind of that alien form, and that can evolve and be maybe a mix between the two, like you said.
And I like Adam's theory too, that eventually Statlander loses to Hater, who swerves and goes to the Death Riders. Like that would be an interesting turn too.
That would be.
Hater versus Statlander will definitely be a good feud when they get together, just because two powerhouses, two champions. Statlander is the first AEW woman to have the TBS and have won the women's title, so she's got history there. Also, she had a good run with her TBS title. I think people forget because obviously she didn't lose it. She lost it in a triple threat match. She didn't technically lose. So she was booked well as champion. I think they continue to do that for this match because I think you kind of got to solidify that. Tony put the bar pretty high on defending that title at pay-per-views, having big stories. It's big shoes to fill. I think Stat can do it. I think there's enough juice in the tank with the women's roster to get some fresh competitors. But I think the person who's going to dethrone Will eventually is Willow. I think Willow's going to be the one who eventually dethrones Statlander. I think that's the kind of like the perfect segue to get Willow the belt. She has to beat her former friend. Yep.
Yeah,
Full circle.
full circle. Yep. I can see that.
Haters already in the gang. The Scooby Gang? Wait, no, what are they called? What is it called? Scooby's group? Is it just the Scooby Gang?
Mystery.
Mystery. There we go. Mystery Inc.
Yes, Mystery Inc.
I was like, I think I know that because our kid loves Scooby. You think I'd know that by
Mystery
now?
Machine for Mystery Incorporated or whatever.
And speaking of machine, main event, Samoa Joe looking to win his second world championship against defending two-time champion Hangman Page.
I have a fun fact.
In a match that essentially started with a push and a shove, kind of going back to his Ring of Honor roots when Joe got disrespected, would start a feud out of nowhere in Ring of Honor, to Joe essentially saying, listen, I helped you win. You never beat me. Give me a shot. I think I'm ready for this match. But you said you had some trivia, so before we ask Rachel, what's your trivia?
Yep.
They have never met singles.
Right. They said that on one of the promos that they've never had one-on-one because he's never beaten them too.
Yes, because that's exactly, Joe made sure to make that point. You've never beat me.
And we talked about Statlander being a career-defining match. This is a career-defining. You have a legitimate Hall of Famer in 3 different companies.
Yeah.
In Samoa Joe. Well, 4 if you count AEW. So I mean, probably one of the best to do it. Samoa Joe, one of the best wrestlers in every company he's been in. Going against Hangman in the main event to close out Wrestledream. I think you want to talk about a New Japan style match. Joe is going to beat the ever-living fuck out of Hangman in this match. It's going to be brutal. Hangman's going to look like hamburger Adam Page when he's done. So, Rachel, do you think Samoa Joe becomes a 2-time champion, or do you think cowboy shit reigns supreme?
I think Samoa Joe's going to walk away with it. I think it's going to be a bloody match. I think they're going to have a lot of props that come out. I think
this isn't no disqualification.
I think Ops is coming out too. I think they're going to come out and try to help him, win the match, and then he eventually ends up winning it. So I go with Samoa Joe.
Okay. Well, I gotta wait for a second here because of the comments too. Well, because I was looking and Rhonda brings up a great point. Well, Joe did lose to Swerve at Dynasty in St. Louis last year. That is correct.
You were there for his loss.
Yeah, we were. And for Swerve's win. Like we talked about, I think, during some of that is, Samoa Joe was a great placeholder champion. I hate to use that terminology because, he's better than that, but he was able to do it because of who he is and because of his status and star power. But yeah, I'm going the other way. Now we're back to normal again. So, and still, this is going to be a hard-hitting match, but it's going to be fairly clean and straightforward in a lot of ways. We're going to get to see some technical stuff because Joe's going to make Hangman do that with this style. I will say this too. I've always liked Joe for the fact that, I'm about 6 foot, 290 pounds. So I always appreciated the guy who was like me out there doing it and athletic at the same time, because I've always felt kind of that way about myself, being athletic and stuff and loving sports and playing sports, even still playing ball and stuff like that. So I've always had that, respect for Joe and everything. But I think this match ends, Joe kind of pissed off that he lost, but at the same time, hey, you earned my fucking respect because we just went hard. We beat the fuck out of each other. So yeah, you earned my respect. I think, handshake or some type, raises his hand, and then Joe, gets the fuck out. So
I like it.
But if we want to go tinfoil though,
yeah,
Joe does all that and then fucking hits him in the back.
Lays him out.
Yep. Walks away.
Oh.
Says fuck you, bitch. In essence, you know what I mean? Fuck you. You didn't earn shit. I'll be back or something. I just think that'd be a cool swerve at the end.
I was gonna say Henry's on the same page with you talking about attacking him. So you got a lot to think about with all those comments that you're reading, all your
It's
thoughts. I know where your heart is because you've told me. But has it changed? Do you think it's gonna be Hangman? Do you think it's gonna be Samoa Joe?
Cowboy shit.
Cowboy
Yep.
shit.
I originally had Hangman too
You can change it.
because I have his cowboy shit shirt. But, anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, you might not be wrong. Like I said, that's why I brought up Ronda's point about is Joe going to lose in St. Louis in the pay-per-view twice for the belt? Once with it, once without it. I mean, she does have.
We saw the triple threat at Revolution. We saw Swerve, Hangman, and Joe prevailed.
Yeah.
Great
So-
match.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yep.
I mean, I know I got to go with Hangman. Also, you can't see me Simpson Play. Probably one of my favorite pages. I think I've thrown some things. I love that. Maybe we should get a Samoa Joe one. Maybe he can meet Barney after this match, but when Barney got better, not when Barney was raging alcoholic. But I'd love to see Joe win. I just don't think you have Hangman go through all that to win the title, to lose it in that fashion. I kind of agree with you and Henry there. I think it's going to be that I show you respect, but I think it's going to be the fuck you. And he's going to, I don't think it's going to lead to a rematch right away, but I think it's going to be, you get respect, but I'm still the alpha here. I'm still one of the top guys. He's just going to like lay him out and just walk away.
Yeah.
And then I think that's when the next challenger sets up. I think he's laid out, Hangman's getting up, and then you just hear, bow, banner now, banner now, banner now, banner now. I think after he gets laid out by Joe, you have MJF, and he comes out, and he has this little clipboard, and he reminds him, Hanger, I still have this. He doesn't cash in, obviously, because you have to give a week's notice. But he reminds Hangman, listen, I still got my shot. And you're laid out. He knows. And I think we close it with MJF's shit-eating grin, and he's got that contract. And that's what sets up Full Gear, because Full Gear is in Newark. MJF, Newark, title match.
Yep, tinfoil.
I forgot. This is where the Bang Bang Gang comes in, because if you have the Ops and Jay White returns,
But you think Jay White's going to...
I don't know. I'm just hopeful. I
We're
really
gonna have to wait for that, Jay White.
I don't think it fits into the story, though.
I don't understand why they put everyone together for them to not do anything yet.
Because one of them's injured.
Maybe
They're
we get a backstage promo, something.
It's not weekly television, though, so I don't think we're seeing Bang Bang Gang here. It's going to fit. It's got to fit. It's not a certain other company
It
that's going to
fits in
shoot.
my heart, and I'm sure it
Hey, I'm ready to have
Maybe they put
Switchblade
on Zero
back with
Hour.
him. Trust me, and fucking the guns back together too. You know, everybody
I
back.
think I think Full Gear is going to be the one that they're really going to go put, because this is a light card. It's only 8 main roster matches. I'd love to see Jay White come back too, but I think Full Gear is where I think if you're going to have them come back, you have them come back after to set up the build to Full Gear, because you can't have, if Jay White comes out, he can't fail in another title shot. That'll just kill his momentum. That's why I don't think it'd be the world title. Because he comes back from injury, he goes for a world title shot right away, he loses, I don't think it would work. MJF being in his backyard, saying, I'm cashing in at Full Gear, kind of calling a shot to end Wrestledream, I think kind of sets that up. World's End, maybe Jay White can go for it. I don't know. I think it's too early to shoehorn them in. I feel like that would just be too, it would be so rushed and chaotic. I don't know. I want them back too. Listen, I love the Bang Bang Gang. Can we call them Bullet Club Gold? Ace Austin just did drop that video. They are coming back. He's, according to all rumors, he's been just off doing some personal stuff, nothing major. I think they knew Jay White got cleared earlier, so I think that's maybe why they pulled him back a little bit, because they're waiting to have that full group back. Because who let Jay White in? I mean, who let
You're not
Ace
talking
Austin
me
in?
out of this. I'm still thinking they're coming.
I'm not talking you out of it. I'm just giving you my thoughts. But then we have, if MJF doesn't return, I will be disappointed. It's all my fault. Hey.
Also, can we get Alicia flipping out on him? Like, where are you going? This is our honeymoon.
Jay in the C2. Ooh, okay. I think Jay could win the C2 too, especially C2 being in London this year. Not too shabby. I mean, you're going to have international C2 for the first time ever. But I'm definitely excited for Wrestledream.
Yes.
Rhonda's going to be volunteering at the Heels table. Okay. So, yeah, definitely go see her at the Heels meet and greet. I know.
I went to sign up and ours was
We'll be there.
Yeah, Greensboro was filled already. Heels members kind of get to go if you are a female identifying wrestling fan, you can go get some information at the Heels table and join the community. Emily's a member. Rachel's gone to the meetings before. She can testify on the cruise how fun
So
they are.
I know you used to be
All
a
the
member.
different monthly calls. I
That's
think
where
we
we
even
got
did the
the
Valentine's Day
game.
one recently. Well, not recently, but we've done a Valentine's Day one, game nights. It's a great community. So
They have their Halloween one coming up, and everybody dresses up in costume.
is that where Amanda Huber dressed up as who she just was it Brandon Cutler one year?
I forget who it was, but it was someone.
It was great. I'm like, she pulled it off. And
The first year I dressed up as Joey Janela. I made a beard and everything.
that would be me. That would be me, Henry.
That's
If
No, you,
family was
hey,
volunteer,
no,
I'd
you
be
won't,
Walker.
no, you won't, Henry. You'll be watching the show. You'll be looking through the curtain. I already know better than that. You'll be peeking through. What's going on? What match are they on?
Here you go. Here's some news for you. Julia Hart will be a guest at the Heels table, so good chance to go say hi to Julia Hart. So interesting, but definitely, I'm excited for Wrestledream. So I think we've already kind of said my info. I've been saving that MJF return because I'm like, nobody's talking about it. I know he's filming a movie. I feel like this is gonna work. And you know what? Jay White could come back too, and Emily's gonna be right. And she's just gonna the whole day Saturday just put an L on her forehead and say, "I told you so," to me. And she's gonna be like, "Bang bang who? Bang bang who?"
I'll be walking up, guns up, all day.
Yeah, she
Guns
will.
up.
She will. Well, hope everyone enjoys the pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys have a great time at the show. Hopefully, we can get you on the show to talk about it after.
Awesome.
Hope you guys have a great time at Wrestledream. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And Matt Jackson was the answer. Thank you. But thanks, everyone, for tuning in to Wrestledream Predictions. It's getting a little late, so we are going to head out for the night. So we must bid you adieu. And good night, everyone.
Bang bang.
I must bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang! But again, thank you for partying with us, but it's getting late. I must bid you adieu, so from Kenny Omega and Rijo, goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang! Goodbye, mwah, and good night.